Oh, yeah.
Good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. You have the Rhino, you have Bobo, the one-armed cowboy, you have Colgate, you have Average Joe, you have Johnny, Bonnie, and we have a beer that Average Joe brought us. This is from Southern Tier. This is Warlock. Now, I've been excited for this since Joe brought it up to me, I don't know, months ago. He said, oh, this is coming out this year, and I've had a hard-on since then. My wife has really enjoyed it.
How I said it though? This is coming out this year.
Yeah. Imperial Stout brewed with pumpkin and natural flavor. Warlock. 8.6% alcohol by volume. What's this year's Pumpkin? I think this year's is 8.8. Or is it 8.6 as well?
I think it's 8.6.
I have a whole bunch of them in the bar.
I'm pretty sure it's 8.6 too, dude.
2-row pale malt, caramel malt, black malt, Munich malt, pureed pumpkin, Magnum hops. I like Magnum hops. Sterling hops and natural flavor. And then we got the story. Warlock is brewed to enchant your palate on its own, and also to counterpoint our Imperial Ale Pumpkin. Make your own black magic by carefully pouring this Imperial Stout into a goblet. Well, we're not following that rule. Master of the Underworld, dark and mysterious, the Blackwater series is serious about high gravity. Reanimate your senses with Warlock's huge roasted malt characters, moderate carbonation, and spicy pumpkin pie aroma. That still keeps me hard.
My palate is very excited to
I
be
might have
enchanted.
my third child tonight.
Oh, jeez.
Pretty sure that's not a Southern Tier beer anymore. That's a stone beer based on beer.
Well, unlike Pumpkin, I didn't get the smell as soon as I opened it.
It looks nice again. Gonna let it hang on. I won't cheat this time. But yeah, the nose is not as apparent as when you poured the Elysian.
25
You know what we should do for the best pour competition? We should get all this glass.
The anal bead glasses.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'm ever paying money for that glass ever again.
This one's not as dark as the Elysian. It still looks really nice.
Alrighty, so there we go. They're both poured. What the fuck just happened there?
A little bit of Jaeger.
Nice dark brown.
Yeah.
Very mahogany-ish, not black.
Yeah, mahogany for sure.
Nice head.
Head's not as dark as the
I've
other.
got 3 fingers. You've got 2 fingers.
Our fingers are
big bubbles. Big bubbles. Beautiful looking stout though. Off.
Does look good.
Oh god, that kind of smells like the pumpkin though.
Yeah, it does have a bit more of that
Pumpkin
sweeter
with
scent.
chocolate. Smell it out of the bottle. Pumpkin with chocolate out of the bottle.
For sure.
Out of the glass, it's just kind of like a hopped up pumpkin out of the glass. You're smelling this Magnum and you're smelling the Sterling. You're getting piney and dirty. But out of the bottle, it's chocolate and pumpkin.
It smells fucking awesome.
Oh. I'm gonna have 2 pairs of underwear come the morning. I just impregnated them.
I'm gonna be stuck to my sheets.
How many thread count is your sheets?
I have
Do they
no
feel
idea.
Do they feel like a little Asian massaging you all the time?
No.
Oh, you don't have good sheets.
No, I don't. This is...
Hey man, we picked out some high thread count sheets and they're really worth it.
This is phenomenal.
This is like a high thread count sheet right here.
Fuck. I don't even know what a high thread count sheet is like. But I love this.
It's like 7 hot Asian ladies massaging you at once.
Jesus.
Ladies and gentlemen, the description of Warlock.
I need to rethink my whole sleeping life.
Yep, you need to buy high thread count sheets.
Yeah, it's money.
It's worthwhile money yet.
Oh my god. This is better than the normal pumpkin. I loved pumpkin last year. This year's I thought was a little bit different. I wish I'd bought this instead.
Well, this is pumpkin, but with roasted malts and chocolate.
It's way better.
You're getting that pumpkin pie, But the pumpkin pie sweet, you get attacked by the pumpkin pie sweetness, but instead of finishing with pumpkin pie sweetness, you're finishing with a roasted malt character.
Yeah, it's like a great transition throughout the whole beer.
And in the background of that roasted malt character, you're still tasting the sweet pumpkin pie.
For sure. It's still on the back of my palate. This is awesome. Jesus Christ, this brewery's so good.
The only thing I would say is I wish they didn't use sterling hops because I'm getting a little bit of a hop burn down at the bottom of my throat, and without the sterling hops, that wouldn't be there. And this would be a 10 out of 10 without the sterling hops.
This is it's almost a different style stout from the Elysian. Like I don't think it's as heavy.
One of the things I
It's
always
also
say about
syrupy, I guess.
Yeah,
Does
one
that
of the
make
things
sense?
I always say about pumpkin beers is there really should be 2 categories of pumpkin beers. I mean, we make all these categories for everything. We have like 8 different types of stouts. Why don't we make 2 different styles for pumpkin beer? We make a pumpkin spice and a sweet pumpkin. Sweet pumpkin being more pumpkin
Which
pie.
is what this is, yeah, for sure.
Which is what this is, and pumpkin spice being more just pumpkin and spices, which is what the Elysian was.
It would make sense.
But the Elysian is almost like the Elysian was base stout pumpkin spice. This is more like base pumpkin stout characteristics.
Yes, but with all pumpkin beers, you get those 2 styles, right? You're either getting a pumpkin spice or you're getting a sweet pumpkin.
But I'm just talking for stouts, I would say.
Yeah.
Not just pumpkin beers, but they're two complete. They're the same style, but 2 completely different styles within the style, in my opinion.
But that's everything pumpkin goes in that category. There's 2 separate styles in pumpkin to what I've seen in the 45 or 50 now pumpkin beers I've done.
I agree.
There's 2 very different ways of thinking about a pumpkin beer. Southern Tier thinks about the sweet pumpkin pie beer. A lot of breweries think about just
Spice.
using pumpkin and the pumpkin spices and not sweetness. And in all honesty, I really think it should be 2 different series. And we saw it even, as Joe was saying and you were saying and I was saying, with the 2 different stouts we've done. Very different. Where one of them was pumpkin spice and more stoutish.
Yeah.
And this one's more pumpkin with a little bit of stout added to it.
Still both kind of dessert beers.
Yes.
But like, one's a sweet tooth beer and one's a coffee kind of.
I really like this beer. I don't know if I could drink more than 1 bottle of it in a night.
But
I haven't tried this year's pumpkin yet, but I don't know if I could do more than 1 bottle of this in a night. But drinking 1 bottle would make me happy.
For sure. What's the price put on the show?
I think it was $7.99.
So man,
$2 less than we paid
easily
here.
pay $10 for this.
Now, I
it's
have
so
3
damn
bottles
good.
of pumpkin, and I bought 3 bottles of pumpkin specifically because once I drank this, I was going to try and mix my own Warlock better than this.
I don't know if it'll happen with
I
this
think it
year's.
will because you don't know what I have sitting back there.
Why don't you tell us?
Well, one of the things I'm
Hear
going to mix
about
it
it.
with is a Cameron's Obsidian.
Oh. Might be damn good.
It might be.
It might also suck.
This beer is phenomenal. If
It
you
is.
see it, pick it up.
I don't know if there's any left anywhere, but if there is, you need to get this beer. This beer is amazing.
It's worth the hype around
Where's
it.
from, Joe?
No, it's from New York. I mean, if you're in the western New York area or like Rochester, Buffalo, there's still a lot of this around.
You know what, John? If this does really well, I foresee seeing it in Canada, in Ontario next year, because we get a lot of pumpkin. I could see us getting...
Blackwater series you guys get.
The selection this year
Pepper, white
sucked.
chocolate and stuff.
So
Yeah, I had the pumpkin ale before. Or, was it pumpkin stout or ale?
pumpkin ale, but this is Warlock, which is their pumpkin stout. If this does really well, though, I would see them making it again year by year, and I could see us getting it.
I'd pick this up all the time.
So would I, just because it takes away from the sweetness of the pumpkin. It just adds that roasty note. It adds that little chocolate and caramel note, and that just little bit of caramelization on all the malts, and it makes it amazing.
It'd probably be awesome over ice cream or something like that too. I'm not even like a big ice cream fan. I don't
An
even
ice
do
cream float with this.
I don't even do desserts, but like just there's so many things you could do with this that would just accentuate how awesome it is. It is phenomenal.
Out of 10.
9.5. I'd buy it anytime I saw it, and I can't even get it here. But I'd probably drive to the States to get it. It's so damn good. And I'd love to drink 1 or 2
Okay.
bottles.
I'm going to double mark it. I'm going to mark it as a stout because it is a pumpkin stout. And I'm going to mark it just on flavor. Just on flavor, I'd give it a 9.5 myself as well. I'd join you. On
It's a bit light for a stout.
On a stout, I'd probably give it a 5.5, in all honesty. It has the characteristics, but it's like a red stout, and I don't really think a red stout should exist, in theory. Very light flavor-wise, stout flavors. But I don't even care about that because it's a 9.5 as a beer, because it's an awesome beer.
It's unreal.
So we gotta have to stout strut this one too.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. Let's strut, bitch.
First time that anyone's actually talked about an organized
Back-to-back stout strouts. Stout struts. Strut stouts. Christ.
Bye, YouTube.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Joe.